Hey, what's going on? This is Ryan with Ryini Beats. So if I had to start over today, if I was a completely new producer and I didn't know what I was doing and I had no following, what would I do to really get back on top, right? And I thought about it. There's something that 99% of producers completely miss. And you know, the reason they miss it is just because that type of information hasn't really shown its importance in the music industry until recently. But now I really want to reveal the importance of it and how much it has changed my business and how much it's going to change your business when you realize and when you actually step up on this aspect. So basically, there's something that we're doing, that I was doing actually, that was leaving thousands of dollars on the table. And I knew it, and I was actually starting to make some money. I was starting to get some sales. But I don't want you to think you need sales to actually start doing this, because this is what I should have done even before the sales. This is what I should have done to get the sales. This is what I should have done to build a good relationship from the start, because there's two ways to go about growing your channel, right? There's the first way where you just start growing it. You start growing it and then it sucks, right? It's just like this thing where there's a lot of people, there's a lot of traffic, but it's a low quality brand. There's no story behind it. There's no meaning behind it. There's not much behind it that's going to resonate with people. And then there's the other way. I don't agree with either. Actually, I did do the first one that I just told you about. That was me. I focused on getting so many people, and just getting traffic, getting more people, that I didn't put any effort into actually improving their customer experience. What they feel and what they think about Ryini Beats and what they think about Guitar Prod, which now I'm just starting up and I'm trying to find a balance on this channel. But the other thing you can do is to not focus on the traffic, but just make your thing better and better and better, and just make the customer experience perfect for one person, for two people, and optimize for a small group of people, and really show them the value. And I feel like most people don't do either. Most people just really, and I've been there too, like it happens. Most people, they don't have a good experience and they don't get traffic. So obviously you gotta figure out how to somewhat do both. But in this video, we're more so focused on creating the quality experience. I'm gonna have plenty more videos about traffic. I already have a couple, and I'm gonna actually make one right after this. So check out my channel for that, because I feel like traffic, that's what I'd recommend, is really figuring out how to get at least some traffic. But look, this is gonna really help you when you can even if you get a few people to your channel. If you have this in place, it's really gonna grow. So when I was just starting to make some money, right, I was looking for information like this. So I don't know, if you're watching this video, you've probably heard of Postman with Live Off Beats, right? So that was somebody that I looked up to a lot. I still look up to him a lot. He's one of my mentors. But he was somebody I looked up to a lot when I was just starting out, and I just saw this guy's passion, his enthusiasm, and he really just made it seem possible that, you know, you could sell beats online. And I watched a lot of his videos, and I remember I kept watching his videos, and I would learn some stuff, and I would, you know, pay $7 for his course, and I would learn. I would make $100, and then I would pay even more. I would get a couple of his cheaper courses, and then I would step up, and I think I got like a $97 course or something like that. And then eventually I was kind of getting stuck with my beat sales, and I was like, man, like what can I do, you know? And you know, he said something that resonated with me. He said, you know, if you're gonna build a house, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna start just like putting bricks on top of another and then just start, you know, organizing it that way? Or are you gonna find somebody that's gonna give you a blueprint, right? That's gonna really give you a strategy. You're gonna, you know, get somebody to build the house, right? Somebody that knows what they're doing. You're not just gonna start placing bricks everywhere. So that's when I realized, I was like, like that was what really put me over the edge into to realize that, man, I need a plan here. Like I need to speak with somebody who knows how to set something up like this, right? And at that moment, I decided that I was going to invest in his mentorship. I think it was like $500, and I got to speak with him like twice. So we had a couple conversations, and the first one was basically just me talking to him. It was crazy. I felt like I was talking to a star or something. I was like, yo, what's up, Postman? I just remember when I first spoke with him, it was kind of cool just to be able to speak with somebody that I was learning so much from, and this person really didn't know who I was at that point. Now, again, I was just starting out, and I told him, I was like, yo, what's up, postman? And he was asking, and he said, okay, well, let me see what's going on. And I showed him my channel. I showed him some of the people that are buying beats from me. And then, he looked at me, he's like, so wait, you're telling me that you have all these customers and you don't send them any emails or any offers? And he was like freaking out on me. He's like, so basically you're telling me that all this profit that you're getting is just coming from new clients. You're not even re-engaging the ones that have already shown interest. You're not even taking the next step to move people in the direction of what you want. Like, you're just posting stuff. And that's when I really started to realize, like, dang, this is pretty important. Like, if you have people that are interested in just watching your beat, or maybe they like you on Facebook, why aren't you re-engaging them? Maybe spend $5 on a retargeting ad per day. It's only a few bucks, right? A little hamburger per day. And with that, you can actually create something that's gonna be directed towards people who have already shown interest. And then, if they've already shown interest, if they've already viewed your beat, if they've already proven that they like some of your stuff, or maybe you got their email from a way that I'm about to show you, it's really important to actually engage with them at that moment. So once we did that with my business, and once he told me, he's like, all right, this is the plan. So he straight up made a plan. He's like, all right, we're gonna write the first email. We wrote the first email. He's like, all right, let's plan out the second email. We planned out a sequence, and then he told me another quick story, which is basically that his mentor had him write out a full email sequence. I think his mentor did like a year-long email sequence. So they get together on a weekend and they plan out like 50 to 100 emails. Like, what is the first email that I want to send? And they basically plan out the whole conversation of what they want to have with their customer, right? Anybody who's interested in beats, anytime they get their email, they're going to have this conversation. And I'm going to show you how to get people's email. It's really, really easy, and how to create an email list and an offer where you can deliver stuff all completely free. So make sure you stay till the end of this video. It's gonna really help you out. I truly believe that, because it really helped me out, and I know how much it's helped so many other producers out that are really just getting involved in this game right now. It's a whole new wave of business that's happening right now in the music industry, where people are starting to open their eyes to actual business strategies, not just making beats, right? We can make beats all the time, but we gotta create an offer. So after he told me that story about how him and his mentor spent a weekend and they wrote a year's out worth of email, and they set it into the autoresponder, which I'm going to tell you about right now. And anytime somebody showed interest and their email was gathered, this all happens automatically, by the way. You don't have to do anything. That's the amazing part about what I'm about to show you. But once that would happen, the customers would get an email from them every couple days, for a year straight. And these emails provide value. They create a bond between the artist, producer, or whoever is emailing, or whoever's communicating. It creates a bond between business owner and client, etc. It does so many things. It sells offers. It provides value. And when I realized that, I was like, okay, well, I got to start my sequence. So after working with him, I re-engaged anybody who bought from me. I started to re-engage anybody who actually liked my stuff, anybody who viewed my beat. So that's the crazy thing. If you have a beat store, you can actually find these people who actually like your beats, and you can actually re-engage them using Facebook ads. There's just so many ways that we're going to get into as I continue with this channel. But yeah, I just want you to open your eyes and start to realize the importance of creating something that is more than just, oh, I'm posting and I'm not, like, that's it, I'm just posting beats and I'm hoping that people buy it. Well, you better get a heck of a lot of traffic. Like, that's the only reason I was able to succeed. But if I had done this, if I'd had actually planned out the email list and had started this earlier, people would have had so much more trust and respect for my brand. They would have actually been able to invest with confidence much earlier. And I'm telling you, my numbers could have been double. I mean, I've left thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table just because I didn't take advantage of this early enough, and I didn't know what I was doing. So again, if you just care about music and you don't care about business or your finances or anybody else around you, then don't listen to this. But if you're watching this video this long, you probably want to give back in some way to this world. You want to make this a better place. Maybe you believe that artists should succeed and you don't want to see so many of them fail. Maybe you believe they deserve more value. Maybe you believe that those around you deserve to live a certain life that maybe you weren't able to live. And I know that that is the case with me for many of what has motivated me to get to where I am. So I want you to keep that really strongly in your mind every single day, the reason as to why you do this. Because how you do this, I'm going to show you how, but again, if you don't have a strong enough why, 80% of how you're going to succeed is the why you're doing it. That's going to motivate you. That's going to pull you to accomplish what needs to be accomplished, right? As opposed to you just, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And you're really just pushing your way through this maze of darkness that's really not going to allow you to open your eyes and see what's right in front of you, that you need to get an email list, right? You need to set up an email sequence. You need to create videos that shares your message, and you need to get this in front of your audience, and you need traffic. And I'm going to share traffic with you as well. But let's get into, now I'm going to share with you step by step. Well, not really step by step, because if I did, that would probably be a course or something, but I'm going to literally tell you what to do. I'm not going to show you step by step. We'll get to that one day, but you got to be able to take some action. So look, what I recommend, MailChimp is free. Dropbox, to my knowledge, I think I just researched it yesterday because I wanted to confirm, is also free up to 2 GB. So you can actually store, free PDFs. And you can, I'm going to start telling you about how to create products that you can deliver to your audience and create massive value. I'm going to get into that. It's just, sorry, my mind just races in so many ways. But again, you need a MailChimp or an email service, and the reason I'm recommending MailChimp is just because it's free. Although I would kind of watch out for them because they have been shutting down certain producers' accounts. But I would still go with them just to get started for free, because I believe that things should be free. They should get you some value, and only if they provide you value should you take that next step. And sometimes, maybe it's not always the case every time, but that's just my experience. I believe that if it's a clear path, you should be able to get results without paying up front, right? You got to have some trust in what's going to happen. So again, this is all free, and once you get started with this, then you're making some money, then you're going to be able to reinvest it into your business, right? And you're going to be able to create a circle, a flow that exponentially increases as you go, and we're going to get into that as well. But again, the first thing you need to do is you need to have a mail service. No, not Gmail, not Yahoo. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an automated email sequence. I'm talking about a mail service provider. I think that's what it's called. For example, MailChimp, Aweber, ClickFunnels has one of these integrated into it, but that's a little bit more expensive. There's so many different ones. I don't really know the names of all of them, but I would definitely recommend getting a free MailChimp account. And with that, you can actually create landing pages. And with the landing page, and I'm going to tell you about that right now, how to do that. So first you get the MailChimp account, then you're going to sign up, you're going to get a Dropbox account, okay? Then you can get 5, this is what a lot of people are doing. You can do less, you can do more. I think I do 8. About 5 beats or so, 5 of your best ones. And what you're going to do is you're going to get them on your desktop. You're going to have them right there. You can do MP3s, and you're going to create a license. So you could even copy one off BeatStars. You could just search licenses. I'll try to put one in the bottom of this video. If I forget, then post in the comments, and I'll give you a contract example, license example, that you can kind of replicate and just use as your own. Change the name, change the logo. And it's a non-exclusive license, which you're basically giving free rights, like a lease, to these 5 beats. And the goal with that is now you have something to offer. So anybody hits you up on Instagram, this and that, yo, let's work. They want something free. Well, give it to them. Right now you have a link. It's ready. It's in Dropbox. Copy and paste. Send it to their IG. Right. But what's even more important is you want to do this on a mass scale. Right. You want to figure out how to do this with the masses. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna create YouTube videos. That's what I completely recommend. You gotta have a YouTube channel. You can do it on Instagram, and definitely I would put the 5 free beats. You probably notice that a lot. If you start to open your eyes, you're gonna see it. People giving away free beats, and I'm actually doing that too, in the Instagram bio. And when they click on that, it's gonna give them a link to the landing page. So a landing page is something you can create on MailChimp for free, to my knowledge. And with the landing page, it basically gives them one option. It says, do you want 5 free beats for unlimited ride, whatever you're gonna give, MP3, distribute this many units completely free, for profit use, enter your name, enter your email. If they want the free beats, they just enter their name and email and it gets sent to them. Right? And it's easy to set that up. I wouldn't worry about that, because once you set up your automation sequence for that list, in the introductory email, you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to talk about what your mission is and how you're different than anybody else. And then you're going to give them, at the bottom of all that, after you've created some bond with anybody who's interested in buying from you, then at the bottom of that, you're gonna have your link. Here's your Beats download. And that's gonna be a link that came from your Dropbox. And you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have your 5 beats, you're gonna go over them, you're gonna right click, and you're gonna press compress. It's gonna put them in a zip file. You wanna include that with your license and with your 5 beats. They're all in the Dropbox in the file. So as soon as they join the sequence on the landing page, boom, they're gonna get that first email. It's gonna introduce you, it's gonna create that bond with you. It's going to create that message, so they're going to have a feeling inside of them when they hear from you, when they see a video from you. They're going to really relate at that point. And then you could create more emails after that. And I recommend, because after you give them the free beats, then you can upsell them on a better deal. What you can do is you can give them 5 to 8 free beats, and then you can upsell them and say, oh, do you want wave and track stems? And would you like 10 more beats? And I'm going to give you a PDF I created with some of the top contacts, industry contacts. I'm gonna tell you some of the popular stuff I see. Anything you think that your artist or anybody you wanna work with needs, create it for them. Create a PDF, an ebook. It takes an hour to create an ebook. Go to Canva, get a little section, get a little design, put your logo in there. If you don't got a logo, go to Fiverr and get a logo for your brand. Start off with the cheap one, $5. You can upgrade it later, you can change it later. Brands evolve, right? And once you start to get all of this going, once you have, you're getting some, you don't need that much traffic, but once you're getting some traffic, and then you have this system in place, that's gonna give you the motivation, like, oh my God, I have a beautiful system in place. I have a lead magnet, I have a landing page, I'm collecting emails, they're going through a sequence, and maybe 1 to 3% are gonna buy. So it might take 100 people to get through before you even get one sale. But once you start getting 50, because right now I'm getting almost 100 per day, so if I'm getting 100 per day and 1 to 3% are actually converting, well, now that's like $100 per day just from that simple sequence. And the crazy thing is as I'm building these emails and as I'm giving these offers out, as the email list is getting bigger, now anytime I have a sale, it's going to those same people, right? So they're getting the automation emails that you created in advance that are building relationships, sharing your story, selling them products, going through sales funnels. And then you're also sending them real in-time emails that are going straight to them. And now it's like, it's even more real now because they've developed a bond. Now it's like a real in-time, this is an offer, it's expiring tomorrow, you know, it's an amazing deal. And you start to put together these beat bundles and creating your own licenses inside of Dropbox. And then you can get into MediaFire, you get into ClickFunnels later. If you're that far, I'm gonna have my affiliate links in the bottom so you guys could join and get just as good of a deal and start to really get a feel for this. You know, get a free trial for ClickFunnels. Start with the next step. But again, follow the steps in this video. I can't make it any more simple, right? A couple of reasons why people don't is, you know, they don't have any traffic. But again, you don't need much traffic. If you have even a few people, you can really start to see how they feel about it. And as you get more, it'll start to build your confidence. And if traffic is an issue, then, you know, search my channel, search for some other videos, Guitar Prod, how to get traffic, something like that. Another thing is sometimes people just don't know the steps. So that's why I told you the steps. I told you the websites. I told you what to do. And if I'm going a little too fast, then go back to the parts that I said, go back to it and listen to it again, right? I'm not here to walk you through this. This isn't a course. This isn't a specific private training, because if it was, I would actually be looking and responding to you, and this doesn't have that capabilities. And hopefully soon we could actually get on a call together, we get into a little group setting, and I can actually see what you're doing. But feel free to post in the comments and let me know like your channel. Feel free to ask like, oh, maybe share a beat, or just share your channel and ask, you know, if I have any tips, and I would love to help you out and provide value. And the final excuse I get is just some people they just have lame excuses. Like, I'm tired of hearing lame excuses from people. Oh, I'll do this when I get this many beats. I'll start my business when this happens. Oh, I'll do this like when I decide. You know, I have a plan to be rich, but you know, it's just not my time right now. So I'm just waiting. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? Honestly, what are you waiting for? Stop making excuses. Organize your day every single night. Write down hour by hour, what are the most important things that need to get done for you to get to where you want to be. Hour by fucking hour. And get it done. Like, that's what I do. That's what all the best people in the world do. They plan, they attack, they have a reason why they're doing it. They have something pulling them. Think about the people around you. Think about what you can give back to the world. Think about your journey. Think about the times you were crushed. Think about your darkest times. And think about how many people are going to have to go through the same fucking thing as you because you kept making excuses. You know, and I've been there too. And I say the same thing, and it's motivating me right now to go that next step and to create that value. So again, I hope that you're able to take whatever your dreams are. Maybe you just want to get your music out there somehow. Maybe it's not that clear yet. Maybe you don't believe yet. Maybe you don't know what it is that you're going to do exactly, but start writing down what steps to get you. Start having at least some type of plan. Because if you just start sailing in the ocean, you sail in any direction, you don't know where you're going, you could go in circles forever and you could just be out there and die. Like, you need to have a destination. You need to know the steps, right? If you're driving somewhere, okay, if I'm going here, well, there's the fastest route. You know, if I'm going to Vegas, you know, I can go that way and I may never get there. I may have to take it. So you got to know your steps into where you're going and make sure that you're organized and following this. And I'd recommend right now getting a piece of paper, writing, okay, well, tomorrow I'm getting up at 7, I'm going to knock out my MailChimp. I'm going to sign up for MailChimp. I'm going to create my first emails of what people I want people to think of me. I'm going to go to Dropbox. I'm going to organize my beats. I'm going to put them into a folder. I'm going to have that. So anytime people ask me for free beats, I'm going to create the landing page. I'm going to get this done in 3 hours. It might take 5 because you don't know what you're doing. It might take a little bit longer. But at the end of it, you're going to have something that's a real business behind your music. And besides just you having the ability to say, oh, I'm doing well. Oh, it's not just about you creating money. It's about the artist's experience. Do you want them just to go and click and just buy beats from random people, or do you want them to actually have motivation and to know you and to have passion in the relationship, working together, and to want to work with you, right? Do you want them to succeed? Do you want them to have some options? If that's the case, then I think that right now is a really, really good time to take advantage of this opportunity. Again, it's all free. I'm not expecting anything from you. So again, right now, organize your schedule, plan out, follow the steps in this video. And if you have found this valuable, please share this with somebody, like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you're struggling with, what I can help you with, and maybe share a link to your channel and I'll go and check it out. Maybe some other people could check it out. And we can start creating a little community where we actually support each other and we help guide each other towards the goal, because not everybody's going to have the same exact goal. Maybe some people want to get into TV, film, everybody's in different genres, but there's space for all of us here, and let's take that action and get to where we want to go. All right, so yeah, check out my other videos and let's keep it going, guys. Okay, make it happen. Done.